Airborne Archipelago. The Airborne Archipelago is the location where Temtem is set. It is where humans coexist peacefully with creatures called Temtem. The archipelago is composed of 6 main islands gravitationally locked in slow rotation around the flaming orb called the Pan-Sun. The Pan-Sun is the center of the Airborne Archipelago and is partially covered by rocks. These rocks block the sunlight, creating a day and night cycle that differs between each island. Blessed by its warmth and light, humans and Temtem coexist peacefully in this floating archipelago. Nobody has ever returned from the depths of the down below, and nothing is known for sure about the cloudy high above, so this is the extent of the known world. In my opinion, the next 2 Temtem games could be based in the depths of the down below or the cloudy high above, but we'll just have to wait and see. The first 3 islands are currently a part of the early access, therefore I won't get into too much detail for the first 3 islands. The first island we start off in is at Denis, the floating sea. It is a Mediterranean paradise of glittering seas where water and wind Temtem are abound. Walk the streets of Turquesa, explore the ruins of an ancient fort, or just chill. Wind Temtem are often seen flying around the Thalassian cliffs of Denis. Fun fact: the inspiration of Denis is a melting pot relating to the Mediterranean Sea. The most predominant cultures being Spain, Italy, and Turkey. The island's name itself means sea in Turkish. Several places' names are Spanish, and the fact that its starting region might allude to Crema being based in Madrid. Omninesia, or the Mir Isles, is a cluster of tropical island chains connected by rope bridges, home of nature and fire Temtem. Enjoy the luxury of atoll row and investigate the lava caves of the Anak volcano. Omninesia consists of 3 parts: the Superior Omninesia, which contains the 2 towns of Nanga and Makupuni, and Citerior Omninesia, and finally the Ulterior Omninesia, which contains the Anak volcano. The Citerior and Ulterior Omninesia can be accessed by the cableway. Fun fact: the inspiration of Omninesia are Oceanian island cultures. In particular, their central deity is based on the Hawaiian goddess Pele. Place names and character names are derived from many Austronesian languages, including Tagalog, Hawaiian, Maori, and Malagasy. Sorry if I butchered any of those names. The third island, Tukma, the end of all things, a vast desolation of ashes, noxious lakes, and toxic Temtem. Under the surface, the mining city of Quetzal is home to artisans, rockhoppers, and crystal Temtem. Spared from volcanic ejecta by the prevailing winds, those same currents routinely shower Tukma in toxic fumes and ashes. As a result, the surface of Tukma has been a lifeless wasteland, and the Tukmani have retreated underground. Fun fact: the inspiration for Tukma comes from Tucumán, a province in Argentina. The name Tucumán might be a deformation of the word Tukma itself, which means the end of things. Now onto the unknown islands. We will get into a bit more detail than the first 3 islands. But wait! Before we get onto the unknown islands, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. I'll try to keep my best with new and fresh content. The 4th island is Arbury, the land of rain and books. The pride of Arbury is the 2 universities. The fierce dons of Lockburg swear by their melee Temtem against the sophisticated Properton academics who favor mental Temtem. So this is probably where we will be able to capture Smazi and Huchik, the 2 of 3 starters. Quote, Arbury has traditionally been considered a melancholy land of constant rain, rolling green hills, and endless academic quibbles. While the weather is certainly wet and the rivalry between the 2 colleges of the university is legendary, Arbury is more than the cliches make of it. As a prime educational spot in the archipelago, many serious Temtem tamers come to the Victorian streets of Properton or the Gothic alleys of Lockburg to hone their skills. In Arbury, regions are states of mind. It's only natural that the brainy dons of the Properton College favor mental Temtem, some of which are reputedly so intelligent they can hold philosophical debates with the academics. Conversely, the powerful melee Temtem of southern Arbury are natural best mates with the rowdy Lockburg tamers. As for visitors, whether they prefer to contemplate the romantic shores of Loch Aduar, hunt along the pleasant Meadowdale, or splash in the bogs of the Mudshire marshes, they are always welcome to a cup of tea or a pint of stout, and a Temtem battle to boot. Fun fact: Arbury is heavily inspired by England, more specifically the university city of Cambridge. Some place names are also Scottish. The 5th island, Cipanku. Misty Hills, and hypertech metropolis. Cipanku dabbles in mysticism and technology. The labs of Nanto produce digital Temtem while the monks revere the electric Temtem as in remote hills among rice paddies. While the Cipankai are less literal in their religious practice, they still respect the old traditions. Quote, "No place has grown faster than Cipanku in the last few years. Changes have been more sudden and spectacular here than elsewhere." Once a very traditional culture with a tendency for quiet perfectionism and spiritual contemplation, the Cipanki have adapted to the times, and in fact have brought about many of those changes themselves. While northern Cipanku still holds its allure as a land of hilltop templates and tranquil rice fields, Nanto has turned into a burgeoning metropolis driven by the innovation of their labs. While Cipanku was more closely associated with the electric Temtem venerated by monks, nowadays its renown comes from the innovation of digital Temtem. These new creatures are making the impossible seem feasible and have sparked a wave of inventions that might revolutionize not just Temtem fighting, but also make airships obsolete. The archipelago is at the threshold of a new era, and the inventive Cipanki are at the heart of it." End quote. Fun fact: Cipanku is heavily inspired by Japan, with the name being derived from Cipangu, which is the name Marco Polo gave Japan back in the 13th century. Electric Temtem are revered as kami, which is defined as a divine being in the Shinto region. The final island is Kisiwa, the desert jewel. Kisiwa is a sun-drenched savanna. Eastern Kisiwa boasts an unrivaled variety of neutral Temtem, while the western deserts are home to the best earth Temtem. Quote, "Kisiwa is the hilly cousin of Tukma, its main feature being the impassable Kilima range that divides the island into two distinct halves. Hotter and drier than any other islands, Kisiwa features an unrivaled variety of landscapes. The eastern side has Vumbi and its famous dojo, as well as the wild Kusini highlands beyond the Gino Gap, inhabited by a variety of neutral Temtem. The only viable ways to cross the island are the tunnels excavated by the tireless Kisiwans or Chini in the wild southern solitudes and Ju in the north, near Lake Moyo and the capital city of Uhuru. The western desert are deceptive in appearance, for they are home to many species of earth Temtem. Once warlike and divided, the tribes of Kisiwa have long been united under an informal but highly effective federation. The slow and dangerous rock-hopping route to Tukma has been replaced with an efficient airship service that transports people, goods, and Temtem to and from the busy terminal at Uhuru. The Kisiwans, closely related to Tukmani, are skilled Temtem breeders and trainers. They are hospitable and honorable hosts, and they have value freedom and friendship above all." End quote. Final fun fact: the region is mostly based on African cultures. Most place names are Swahili, and the ancient people of Kisiwa developed the art of rock jumping to get around islands. With all that said, I give you the 6 main islands of the Airborne Archipelago. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and subscribe.